that sets your day in motion with the very best of current affairs, entertainment, and sports. Well, I'm your presenter today, Aissatou Keita. And coming up in the program, completing a profound reconnection with the motherland, African-American diasporian Salih Abdullah joins us for a special conversation on challenges diasporans face in relocating and settling down in Africa. And a close look at farmers' needs amid the depression, global pandemic, pressure in subsides, and national economies. The AM show hosts youth-led agricultural organization CSSA to discuss challenges facing farmers and solutions needed to solve their problems. And meeting the man behind the lens, Coffee with speaks with multi-award winning filmmaker Alhaji Manka as he shares his beginnings and journey to success. And Breaking Life to bringing you the picture of a new day. In showbiz, Gambian hip-hop top star Mike Jada joins us in the studio to discuss his recent projects and new musics. Well, this and much more coming ahead in this edition of today's show. I am Aissatou Keita, and thanks for joining us. Well, a warm welcome to the show. Now we go with our breakfast segment beyond our shows to look at what we have for the menu this morning.
Hi, this is Aliyah and welcome back to my kitchen. Guess what? My grandmother is here for a visit.
Hi.
And today she's going to show us how to make msimmen.
Msimmen.
Yes, msimmen. And what is msimmen? It's a Moroccan pancake that is very similar a little bit to the Indian roti, and it's so chewy and soft, and you can top it with honey, cheese, or any other toppings of your choice. We usually eat it in Morocco for breakfast or an afternoon snack, especially with Moroccan mint tea. We're going to show you how to make it step by step, and we promise it's going to be super easy. So let's start! If you want to show me some love, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out also my Facebook page and my website at cookingwithaliyah.com. And now you can get my free iPhone app from iTunes, where you can get all my recipes in your iPhone.
You will need 2½ cups of all-purpose flour. Add ½ teaspoon of salt, ½ tablespoon of baking powder, ½ tablespoon of sugar, and 1 large egg. Mix all the ingredients using your hand. Now start adding warm water little by little until you form a ball with the dough. For this amount of flour, you will need 3/4 cup of warm water, but this will depend on the quality of absorption of the flour you are using. Important tip: add the water little by little while working the dough with your hand, so you don't put too much. You need just enough water for the dough to form a ball. However, it won't be too moist and it should definitely not be sticky. If you put too much water, just add a little flour to balance it. Place the dough on your kitchen counter and knead it with the palms of your hands. The movements have to be fast and energetic. Knead the dough for around 5 minutes. You will notice that the dough will become moist, smooth, and elastic. Once the dough is ready, brush it with vegetable oil. Grasp a portion of the dough and using your thumb and index fingers, cut small dough balls that are a little bigger than the size of ping pong balls. From time to time, put vegetable oil on your hands to keep them well oiled while cutting the dough. Place the dough balls in a plate, cover them with foil or napkin, and let them rest for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, the dough balls are ready to be shaped into squares, which is the traditional shape of msimmen. Brush your kitchen counter with vegetable oil. Take a dough ball and flatten it with the palm of your hand. Using your fingers, gently push the edges of the dough to expand it into a very thin disc of dough. The dough is almost transparent at this point, and you can somewhat see your kitchen counter through it. Sprinkle a little bit of semolina on the thin disc of dough. Fold the upper edge and lower edge of the dough towards the center on top of each other to create a long rectangle of dough. Sprinkle with semolina again, then fold the right and left edges of the dough towards the center on top of each other to form a square. Place the dough squares on a plate. Cover them and let them rest for 15 minutes. This is the last step. When the dough is ready, brush your kitchen counter with vegetable oil, take one dough square and flatten it with your fingers and the palm of your hand until you get a thin square that is around 3 times larger. To cook them simmen, first heat your pan on high heat and once ready, drizzle some vegetable oil on it. Reduce the heat to medium-high and cook them simmen on both sides for a few minutes each, turning over several times until each side has a golden brown color and the center of them simmen is cooked. Them simmen may puff up while cooking, but will immediately become flat if you push it down with your hand. The cooked simmen is chewy but should not taste raw. Once the simmen is cooked, place it on paper towels to absorb excess oil. And that's it. Serve them simmen immediately with honey, cheese, or any other toppings of your choice. Here is mine, served with honey and rolled the Moroccan way. Look how soft, chewy, and flaky it is. All I need now is my Moroccan mint tea.
B'saha!
If you want to keep your simmen, just wrap it with foil and place it in your freezer for up to 1 month. You just need to heat it in your pan before serving.
The movement was formally launched by President Nana Akufo-Addo in September 2018 in Washington, D.C. The program, which enabled Africans in the diaspora to unite with Africa, was an opportunity for people like Salim Abdullah to journey back home from the United States to the Gambia. Alright, we apologize for that. Anyways, we go back to Ghana, where the year of return took full effect in 2019, encouraging African Americans to reconnect with their ancestral roots. The movement was formally launched by President Nana Akufo-Addo in September 2018 in Washington, D.C. The program, which enabled Africans in the diaspora to unite with Africa, was an opportunity for people like Salih Abdallah to journey back home from the United States to the Gambia. But for Salih, reintegration is not so easy. The African-American told GRTS he has been facing challenges in settling down due to stringent regulations. Mr. Abdullah hopes for Ghanaian-style approach to encourage black people from diaspora to return to the Gambia. Well, Mr. Salih Abdullah, good morning and welcome to GRTS.
Good morning, thank you for having me.
When did you move to the Gambia?
I've been here for about a month and a half now.
Okay, so growing up, you moved from Hartford, Connecticut to Columbia, Maryland, and then Atlanta, Georgia. You've lived in Egypt and now the Gambia. Do you feel at home?
I feel more at home here than I felt, even back in America, to be honest.
Really?
I do.
So how is it like here in the Gambia?
Well, the people are very hospitable. The people are very kind, peaceful, and this is why I chose Gambia as opposed to Ghana or any other location. This is the place where I feel more peace. I feel more peace here than I feel in other countries.
100%. So, what do you think government needs to do to ease settling challenges for diasporans moving back home?
Well, I think that they need to first off make an open invite to allow people from the diaspora to actually be aware of Gambia in the first place, because Ghana took this initiative and now it's become well known. So there's many celebrities, there's many people who have wealth that are going back to Ghana and they're trying to contribute to the economy there. But Gambia hasn't made anything, any open invitation like that. So really what I'm here doing is trying to come as a representative on behalf of many other Americans who are they're looking for options, they're looking for places to explore, they're looking for places to invest in Africa, but many are not even aware of Gambia because I think that the open invite hasn't been given by the government.
Okay, so the return of diasporians also supports local expertise and the economy. Why is this initiative crucial for sustainable growth?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
I said the return of diasporian also helps to support local expertise and the economy. Why is this important for sustainable growth?
Oh, this is definitely important because this is the key to the economy. You have to have private entrepreneurship and you have to have innovation. You have to have development. So you have to encourage talent to come to the country in order to develop the country. Because as we know, there's not a lot of support coming from the government. So you need private entrepreneurship. So you need to encourage people of talent and people of intellect to come to help to develop the country.
Okay, so is the current process for resettlement defined by a framework for support?
That's the way that it has to be for now, because we don't have there's not a lot of governmental support, so it has to come from by way of private entrepreneurship.
Okay, so what more do you like to share with us and the viewers as well?
Well, first off, I just want to bring awareness that there are many more like myself, that they have talent, they have intellect, they have skills, they have resources, they have connections, and they're looking for places to go. They're looking for another place to call home, but many are just unaware. So the main reason that I'm here is first off just to spread the awareness, that the Gambia is an option, as long as we can have some type of partnership. Maybe there's some type of bridge where we have some type of support from the government and some type of support from private industry, and then we can also make the awareness that there are many more people that would like to come. So if we can, the main thing that I'm trying to do is just to spread the awareness first, and then after that possibly some type of connections and partnerships can be made so that we can kind of bridge the gap, bring people from the diaspora back here.
Okay. Now, Salih Abdullah, thank you so much for your time on the AM show today.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you.
Okay.
Now, live from Banjul, this is the weekend edition of the AM show, coming to you live from the Gambia Radio and Television services. We'll now join Sena Bijan for a special conversation on Coffee with the multi-award winner, Alhaji Manka of the state of Mike. Let's take a look at this.
Welcome to another episode of Coffee With. I am your host, Zainab Jang, and with me in the studio, I have someone that is worth celebrating. See, this is the Gambia, and we need to celebrate our people. We need to celebrate our legends while they're still here. And he's so young, mashallah, and he's done so much, and he has made an impact in the film industry, in and outside the Gambia. So I'll do nothing but introduce the young man, and we go ahead with the interview. Thank you very much for coming to Coffee With.
Thank you, Senabu, for having me in the studio.
You're welcome. So, Alhaji Manka, do tell Coffee With who you were and what you were doing before you became the CEO of State of Mike and filmmaker.
What I was doing before becoming the CEO of State of Mike, that's a tough question. In general, I always tell people I've been doing different rabarabas.
Okay.
Rabaraba meaning, hustling day and night to have end means, to put food on the table, to take care of yourself. Growing up, I was more of like a homeless boy, growing around Serekunda, Hanover, Serekunda, around the Serekunda market. After I graduated from Gambia High School, I was not having good grades, so the only thing I could do was more of being an errand boy, jumping from one house to another house, people sending me here and there, and at some point end up black market. So where I was selling, electronics, mainly mobile phones and stuffs. And luckily, I was introduced to State of Mike as a training center where I enrolled and start learning production till I graduated being the caretaker of State of Mike. Then when the State of Mike project closed, knowing that I was already learning production, and I take permission from the guys who was running this project so that I want to continue State of Mike, and they gave me the blessing to register State of Mike and then take it as a company.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can say that your background and your story, it wasn't as rosy as people may think.
No.
So you went through few struggles to find yourself, to land yourself in this training.
Yeah, normally growing up, media has never been something that I never thought of.
Okay.
Never. In my family, I think I'm the only one who graduated school, and my young brother, Baukan Manka.
Yeah.
And being the eldest son in my family, education was tough because I came from a poor background that most times you are out of school because of school fees, or you go into school, struggle every day how to get to school because you're not having lunch, you're not even having given transport to go to Banjul. So most times you either get to class very late, or even before you get home, it's late. So things were always very, very difficult. So education was not something that we prioritized, and being a pure fana both from mom and dad, we don't value education. So that's why I graduated from school and knowing that I was not educated, I didn't have good quality education. I make sure that my young brother Baukar is educated, and even after graduating from school, he continued his education, and hoping that my other siblings will continue schooling. So media has never been something that was part of me. What I was always thinking is that how do I make sure that I follow people that I know, that people all wake up every day, go to the market, sell one or two things just to get money. Media was just something that accidentally came to me, and then I just embraced it, and knowing that it was a skill that if I learn it, it can take me somewhere else. And I'm grateful that I'm one of the few young people in the Gambia who are really doing very well in this industry.
Yeah, and that's why you're here today, to highlight that and celebrate that. And you mentioned that it accidentally fell in your lap. So how did that happen? You was at the black market selling mobile phones. How did you accidentally get this opportunity to be enrolled and trained at State of Mike?
Growing up was very difficult for me, extremely difficult. I wasn't seeing any mother around me. My parents died when I was very, very young. And normally sometimes when your parents divorce, and then they always have that fight between them. The family, the parents that have you always don't want you to see the other, the other parents. So it was always difficult. I was not with my mom, and my father was married to another lady, so I was not at my house. So I was more like around Serekunda, where I was having friends that I do stay with, or people that I was staying around. So I was more like a homeless boy around Serekunda all the time. When I finished school, there was nothing that I was doing, absolutely nothing. The only thing I saw that I could have been doing was when I gamble during the night, whatever money I have, I go to black market, buy phone, sell it, buy phone, sell it. That's what I was doing most times. So there was this project called State of Mike. It was run by some Dutch philanthropists. So the project was only for 2 years, and after the 2 years, they planned to leave, and it was more like a training center. But I came almost after the end for the project. So I was introduced to the project by one of my friend Lyman Sedi. So he didn't actually introduce me to the project, but I was more like his boy around him all the time. So whenever he's going to the studio, I was always with him. So I remember this time when these tubabs came and were filming around Serekunda, and you know, I was always following them, you know, young people and tubabs, you know, tubabs, this and that, you know, they were always with camera. So I was just following them. And when they were leaving, they told me, you know, they told the guys that, you know, Manka is very passionate, you know, why not you guys, you know, put him around so that, you know, he can also learn production. You know, but that was just when the project, so I almost spent almost less than 3 months instead of before it closed. But between that time, because there was internet at the office, I was always on YouTube learning, you know, online learning. So it really helped me to become who I am today.
Nice, perfect. Well, I'm glad that happened, and obviously it screamed you to become the man you are today. So alhamdulillah for that. You actually touched on your childhood, because usually I do ask that question of what was it like growing up, but you've mentioned that already, that it wasn't easy growing up, and you know, the life you had to live due to your parents divorcing, you know, and you ended up being homeless at some point just because you wasn't in a stable place. But everyone has you know, everyone goes through something in order to learn and grow. So we'll move on. So Alaji, apart from, you know, you getting this training at Set of Mike, and obviously now being the CEO of it, and you know, it's now grown into higher heights. Apart from, you mentioned that you didn't have an interest in media. It wasn't a thing for you, but then you ended up pursuing it anyway. But what kind of pushed you to continue learning more about filmmaking, learning more about media production? Because there must have been something that you saw in it that was like, you know.
I don't think there was something that I saw in learning media. I only see that it was a skill that if I had passion to push it, it will take me somewhere. Because before going to State of Mike learning, there was this guy called Major Demanjai who once told me that Sapapa Amutio Yakar and sa family banned for the fact that I was more like a bandit in a way. Yes.
Okay.
I was in and out of police station every now and then.
Really?
And it was difficult. I remember the last time I get into the police was Bakau police, when you know, I had to forge a stadium ticket, sell them to make money, and then I was arrested. And then, you know, for almost 1 week I was there. Nobody came to bail me. My dad is, he's not interested in bailing me. You know, and he does not care. So it was Demanya who, you know, because he lived in our area, came and bailed me, because at that time he was in the service. He was a military. He was a major. And you know, he told me that you know, I remember working with him from Bakau police to almost Observer Johnson. He was also advising me, and those little advice that he gave me really changed my life. Because sometimes it's not a matter of the fast money you're having now, but what you do to make sure you still stay having clean money. That you can.
Welcome back, and that was such an interesting interview between Seinabu Janya of Coffee with Alaji Manka, such a phenomenal young man there who is quietly making a huge benefit and playing a huge role in the cinematography in the Gambia. I wish to congratulate him on the efforts thus far. He's quite a strong and formidable young man who has also built the careers of many young people who are interested in film and photography in the country. Now we move on. The youth-led non-profit organization Community Supported Sustainable Agriculture, CSSA, was founded on the 18th of January 2019. The group has become a top advocate for farmers' needs, advancing efforts to resolve production challenges through strategic interventions. The organization has especially focused on providing intellectual support in areas affecting farmers, paving the way for more sustainable agro-farming. We now bring our guest in the conversation, President and co-founder of CSSA, Hassan Hydra, and Seh Tijan Jallo, who joins us in the studio to talk on farmers' needs and ways to advance sustainable agriculture. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome to the AM
good
show.
morning. Good morning, thank you.
Now, let's first start with community support sustainable agriculture. It's a great initiative for development. What inspired you to set up such?
Thank you, Aisatu. Well, back in the days when we were in the university, we were doing this course called Sustainable Development. I come through some of these challenges that the world is facing in our quest to feed everybody and the space that is available and the emission we're sending into the greenhouse. So I reached out to some of the friends. I told them about the idea that why not we go into something that we are going to bring up change that is going to be good for everybody. So what she told me was it's a good idea, and then somebody I trust will bring something that will help everyone around. So the challenge was that our farmers were, it's a common knowledge almost that the farmers are facing so much troubles. Agriculture is not doing really well at the time. So a quick search through, I realized that setting up a non-profit organization, there are so much odds against us at the time. That is, if you go through research, they will tell you about 50% of the non-profit organization, they don't survive after a few years. That's a significant odd for us. So, and we did not have money, greatest odd for us. We are going to school, time management and all that. So we were, but we believe in the team that we can bring something out. We do not need to have $1 million to do significant things for our people. That was the idea we came about and we set up.
Okay, now sustainable agriculture is a viable path towards growth, strongly promoted by CSSA. So how far are you engaging with farmer communities during the pandemic? Let's go with you, Satija.
Yeah, okay, as the research officer, I, on 5th May 2020, we conducted a research with 2 gardens in the Gambia, the Banjulinding Women's Garden and also the Sukuta Women's Garden.
Okay.
So in that day, we donated face masks and also we interacted with them to make sure we know the problems and the impact, the negative impact that COVID has on their livelihoods. So we interviewed them and they gave us their problems and the things that they needed, and also we had recommendations in our report. So they gave us certain problems when we interacted with them, and they gave us certain problems that they were facing. They were facing problems that they were not able, some of them were not able to prevent themselves from the COVID-19 because they were not having face masks. And some of their fellows or some of their mates also were not coming to the garden. And also some of their customers also were not coming because the COVID was hitting up and their customers were not coming. So the prices also came down, so they couldn't make the profit that they were making. So they also made mention of their drainage systems and also the irrigation systems that they are facing, the problems of seedlings, the problems of also the fertilizers that they are using. So they in turn told us that they needed very quality seedlings. That is why we wanted to partner with different organizations so we can provide them with very good seedlings that are resistant to drought. And also they made mention of their boreholes to be helped, and also they also made mention of their irrigation systems. They had some irrigation systems, but these irrigation systems are so electrified that they're so expensive and they do have some problems. And also they made mention of the fencing. Those are all problems that they gave to us. So we also brought some recommendations that the government also should try to help them in terms of selling their products, in terms of cooling systems whereby they can store their vegetables, and also try to link them with international organizations whereby they can sell their produce after producing them. Because we realized that most of these women were being hit by this COVID-19 because some of them depended directly or indirectly into agriculture or into that garden. Because I was fortunate to interview one woman called Fatumata. For about 40 years, she has been depending on the Banjulinding Women's Garden. So this COVID also gave her and her family a very, very tough time. That is why we try to work on the report to make sure we file it to different ministries so we can help these women, because directly or indirectly they believed in agriculture, and I think if we have to move, we have to help them.
Certainly. Now, agriculture is the backbone of society. Tell us, Haidara, why are organizations like yours crucial in resolving farmers' need?
That is right, significant. Sadly so, despite everyone believing that agriculture is the backbone of our economy, this is not translated in our branding, as in we are not branding agriculture to be something that we need to direct our focus in. Like if you tell a student today, what do you want to become? If 1 out of 10, they will not tell you, I don't want to become a farmer, because we have this belief that farming is a poor guy's job, and if you become a farmer, you're nowhere. So we believe with our intellectual support, we are not expert in agriculture, but we are development trained students, and we don't have all answers, but we seek for all answers. And collaboration is one of them, and also to put your head and your soul in the things that you're doing. We believed, as we had a combination of good teams, you will realize that all our members are youths and they're all with degree holders. So with those bright minds, with interest for their country, and the vision, realization that agriculture is the only way, I put it that way, we will be able to bring significant changes with our intellectual support.
Okay, so Satijan, you made mention of getting to Banjulunding and Sukuta Women's Garden. How extensive is your current national outreach? Are you hoping to get to other parts of the country as well?
As I told you that we are a very young organization, but we are ready to work with different people. So we are hoping also to meet different farmers to give them different technologies, new technologies, in order to boost their gardens, and also to be able to try to work with resilience to climate change. So there are different ways in working with farmers. We have very dynamic people, and we hope to partner with different organizations to be stronger in order to help solve the problems of farmers, or the problems that these farmers are facing in the Gambia.
So in your findings that you've made, you've also made mention that COVID-19 has quite affected the farmers around the areas that you visited. Now, how do you channel and communicate this?
Yeah, we channel and we use questionnaires. We use questionnaires to assess them, but in these questionnaires, we have individual questionnaires, and we have focus group questionnaires. So in each of these gardens, we conducted interviews with 20 gardeners in each of these gardens. So in these 20 gardens, we had 5 focus groups, and also the remaining will be conducted individually. So that was the strategy that we used to ask or to interact with these people. So we gave them the avenue, we gave them the opportunity also to give us this problem, so we can file it in our report to forward it to the ministry, so we can able to solve this.
Oh, okay. So after everything, you're going to forward it to the authorities and development partners to be said. Okay. Now let's shift focus to the agribusiness scene and what seems to be the rise of young farmers. Startup support and training are still major bottlenecks, but is there opportunity for a break here?
Yeah, I think there is a lot of opportunity, and I will start with myself. I am a development major, development student, a graduate, and also I am a minor in agriculture. But yet still I am into agriculture. I have an urban garden that we produce vegetables, we grow bananas, we grow papayas, and different kind of vegetables. And even we process these bananas into banana breads and cakes. So I think we don't have to wait for the government, but you need to take a first step, second, third, for the government to intervene to help. So I think there are a lot of opportunities for the youth, but I think the government also need to come in play and help the youth so that we will be able to feed ourselves. So agriculture is a very interesting and a very dynamic sector, but I think the government also should come in play and help the youth so we can make the impact that we want to make.
Certainly. So, Haidara, any final thing that you'd like to share with us before we end?
Yeah, I would like to say we need to redirect our focus because the traditional way of doing things, business, is no more helping. We have to go into smart agriculture, use every space we have to feed ourselves, because you will realize that we depend so much on our rural farmers, and the urban migration is affecting that. So people are moving into urban areas. What we need to do is now let government target urban agriculture, encourage people into farming, let them use their backyard to feed themselves, because we cannot send these people back home, no opportunities. And I believe in future, there is a great future for agriculture in this country. Thank you.
All right, Seti Janjalo and Hassan Haidara, thank you so much for your time on the AM show.
Thank you.
I hope in our subsequent programs, as you move on with your projects, we'll invite you again to expand more on your initiatives and intervention across the country.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, we will take a short break and the AM show continues in a moment. Do stay with us. Welcome back to the AM show. And now this is your early morning show that sets your day in motion with the very best of entertainment, current affairs, and sports. Now we look up at the what's trending on today's, that is the latest news hashtags and stories trending online, starting in the US, where a 22-year-old Gambian man, Musa Kamara, fatally shot his mother in East Harlem this week. Musa later fired shots at a stranger as he fled the scene. According to authorities, Fatoumata Danso was killed by his son just after 9 a.m. Tuesday inside the Lehem houses on East 108th Street near Park Avenue, according to cops. Musa has been arrested by New York police. Now, so many events will be taking place from now till the Gambia's Independence Week. Social media has been buzzing with flyers, advertisements, and publicity items being vastly shared. However, this scare of the second COVID-19 wave that comes with a new and more deadly variant could stall some events amid talks of cancellations as the Gambia registers more coronavirus cases. The much touted ST concert, among many others slated to take place at the Independence Stadium, is yet to confirm if his show will take place. Well, these are some of the things on GRTS Social today. We should be having in showbiz Mike Jada. I think he'll be coming later on. But before then, we take a short break with a music video, and then the show returns in a moment. Do stay with us.
Hey, left root my neck.
220 records, baby.
I ain't picking up my line, nigga.
It's J Life.
Unless it's money on the phone. Hustle. I was born poor, but I'ma die rich. Biggest baller in the pit like I'm Ronaldo. I'm a hustler. Every day I'm hustling. I'm a hustler. Every day I'm hustling. I was born poor, but I'ma die rich. Biggest baller in the pit like for number one, ain't never be keeping the two. Go take it in your fair, talu mani, purunga gis majafe. Yaga detect the grind, boy, I'm moving ahead of the time. Haters be turning to fans, I'm putting the money to bands. Stock on the cash with clever moves, I ain't heat the dance. Like I said, better be bopper stick over coat, I be sagging the pants. Do my yum to my guy, do my tear to my way. Chipped up in body boy, that talk might fly. I don't be feeling the drama, ST be calmer. Why do the J boy, I gotta get it.
It's Chill Life Music.
Damn boss. Hey, Cubby. I flip, guys, set connection. Mike's a local mic. Boost mu dem, nyaka boost mu dem. Wakal non betok. Mike's a local mic. Boost mu dem, nyaka boost mu dem. Wakal non betok. Dama liggéey sëgg a job Mike du fox di taxale dama yàgg di spit si Mike bi ñëw ma fii di xatale duma rapa yi naxaate fii yàkkati tooga bu ñorut dama ŋànkade duma bàyyi dama gis ne dogut boy bi de mooy ki la sut boy bi du fake boy bi di rap mu set boy bi de moo fi di buur bi ñëpp a di xeex MY Killer boy. Flame boss. Why? Why can't be? Why? Yeah. Mike J, the flame boss, a little job king. You know me, you know I be talking real things. Yeah, I left my judo Gambia at the neck a rapper. My boy like cock and grind to make a lot of paper. Silumandeka wasi moy this music industry, which was supposed to be one in a family tree. You neck a banner and support another brother grind. Fi 90% they la signal with a bad mind. Music scene be amut nix ku nekk di xeex sa morom. Moo tax mu toog nii di saf ni cin bu amut xorom. Gambia fii ngay gis artiste bu am real talent. Ñëpp di la xeex ñu la naj bam nekk beneen challenge. Foog nga toppa nit ki mar i taat mu doog la fale. Te soo ko talut dee sa yoon tam mu la jéem a kale. Right from the start, from onset, I just my key to your heart. I give you love, attention most of my time. You ain't no regular girl, you are never kind. Hit your body, bugundi, while lila yala doggle. Chemistry, beat is fire, get sah boyal. We on the way, riding on, little Mfini. Most valuable person, my MVP. Love calling me king, manala queen. Anda biyaga bend the road, now you my twin. Meti managiola, amudelo ganao. Sabuka buga silu kowe masahbaga now. I love you, I mean it, dolerla. Digante betali, why bini ferla? I love you, I mean it, dolerla. The digante betali, why bini ferla?
It's only you, it's only you. When you.
This announcement marks the first case of COVID-19 in the Gambia. This particular confirmed case is a lady in her 20s who returned from the UK on Sunday through the Banjul International Airport. A day after arrival, she started to have fever and decided to self-isolate at home. She reported to the MRC under isolation and was tested and found to be positive. The Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Medical Research Council, have started the process of contact tracing and will endeavor.
I say Corona, pack up your bag and go. One love Kairola, just in case you don't know Corona. I say Corona, stop hurting my motherland.
Welcome back. Time for showbiz, which features Gambian hip-hop rapper Aliu D. Job, Mike Jada, has been making waves with his new COVID-19 video featuring fresh work among other hits from the exciting artist. The award-winning hip-hop artist now joins us in the studio to tell us more about his recent work. Welcome, Jada.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum Gambia. I can greet everybody watching right now. It's your boy Mike Jada. We live.
There is no stopping you since that COVID video and a string of new music. What's so inspiring about these items?
Yeah, you know, like I'm a rap artist and hip hop is like voice of the voiceless. So it's our duty, like for us to, you know, enlighten people about stuff going on around the world in general.
Okay, so what are your views about the industry today?
Yeah, the music industry like has won a milestone, you know, because back in the days, like Gambian music was not up there. Like the fans were not really like showing up to shows and all. But right now, like everything is like up there. Every artist that's like doing good, like the fans obviously come out and support you. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think needs to be done further to support artists struggling to make a break?
Yeah, I think the industry itself should, like the artists themselves should come together like first as a whole, like, to like form a union and all that. It starts from us. Then like the government could like, you know, could check on to us too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the life of an artist like, especially you?
Yeah, it's kind of hard sometimes, you know, because like financially it's always like very difficult, especially for the upcoming. You know, us up there are already lucky, like we are signed to, you know, like some companies. So most of the stuff, you know, is done by like sponsors. But the ones like coming up is always like very difficult with them. You know, like paying studio time and all, and music videos as well. So it's always very difficult, like financial, like the financial aspect of it. Yeah.
Okay. So aside from the COVID video, let's talk about some of the other songs that you've done of recent.
Yeah, a song like Born Poor, Die Rich. Yeah, a song like Born Poor, Die Rich is like strictly motivation for the people like coming up, like somebody that's like working to make it like for a better living, you know. So I'm just like trying to motivate people, you know what I'm saying, to take their game up on whatever you do. You just have to believe in yourself and do it, and get your game up. Yeah.
Okay. So I saw the other video that already played. That was, is it Sadolela? I don't know.
Yeah, rap Sadolela. Yeah.
Yes. So what is it about?
Yeah, rap has like something called ego trip. I was just ego tripping. Like I was like showing them that rap is what I do and it's what I believe in. And when it comes to this like rapping thing, I'm into it to be the best. Yeah.
So we are in 2021 now. How much are you looking forward to making 2021 a special year for more musical breakthroughs?
As for my side, like I'm like telling the fans to expect a next level Mike Jada, you know, go better musical production, music videos as well, and my album is on the way coming too. Okay.
So it's like you're already hitting up when it's already beginning of 2021.
Yeah. I like want to drop every song each and every month from January to December.
Every month one song?
That's my scale of reference though.
Wow, it's already overloaded.
Yeah.
So it's like the fans should be expecting more greater things from
more of Mike Jada
like
this
every
year
month.
than any other year, yeah.
Okay, that's possible. So before anything, I guess Senabu, you would like to play one of the videos of Mike Jada, and then we'll come back for the interview.
It's Real Life Music.
Damn boss. Hey, Cubby. I flip. Guys, set connection. Mike's in loho Mike.
Alhamdulillah.
Push mu dem. Nyaka push mu dem.
Alhamdulillah.
Waxal non bi tok.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Wanal guys alhamdulillah.
Mike's in loho Mike.
Alhamdulillah.
Push mu dem. Nyaka push mu dem.
Alhamdulillah.
Waxal non bi tok.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Wanal guys alhamdulillah.
Dama liggéey sëgg job Mike du fox di taxale dama yàgg di spit si Mike bi ñëwuma fii di xatale duma rapa yi naxaate fii yëkkati tooga bu ñorut dama ŋànka de duma bàyyi dama gis ne dogut boy bi de mooy ki la sut boy bi du fake boy bi di rap mu set boy bi de moo fi di buur bi ñëpp di xeex di xeex si pet jëlante Mike di wax te duma tiit yëkkati gaa yi dëgga rapa rap, we sitting on top of the scene, boy. Liggéey bi set the nice, ñu take the win, boy. Dajale money, money, we living the dream, boy. Mike si loxo Mike. Alhamdulillah. Puus mu dem, ñàkk puus mu dem. Alhamdulillah. Waxal noon bi toog. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Wanal gaay alhamdulillah. Mike si loxo Mike. Alhamdulillah. Puus mu dem, ñàkk puus mu dem. Alhamdulillah. Waxal noon bi toog. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Wanal gaay alhamdulillah. Duma si rap, ma chop sa gaay. May duma bu jomale jinne yi boy bi dinañ ko bay. La deal si kaw si kanam kenn duñu tere di dem di liggéey fesal poos pare te gum foog mu neex di lem na dëkk bi bay di ma foyee jëda du rap bu como sa doole la wanal gaay sa doole la dama pare si ekkati Gambia bu leen ma tollale boy yi fi tufli si mic bi di fox di fi jaay ti gaynde tasek man di lox wax bi de bëri na fii but I'm the king boy Daka for rap, we sitting on top of the scene, boy. Liggéey bi set the nice, you take the win, boy. Dajale money, money, we living the dream, boy. Mike si loxo Mike. Rap sa doole la. Puus mu dem, ñàkk puus mu dem. Rap sa doole la. Waxal noon bi toog. Rap sa doole la. Wanal gaay sa doole la. Mike si loxo Mike. Rap sa doole la. Puus mu dem, ñàkk puus mu dem. Rap sa doole la. Waxal noon bi toog. Rap sa doole la. Wanal gaay sa doole la. Rap sa doole la. Rap sa doole la. Wanal gaay sa doole la. Mike si loxo Mike. Sadolila, wanal guy Sadolila. Rap Sadolila. Rap Sadolila. Rap Sadolila. Sadolila, wanal guy Sadolila.
Push me dem, ñaka push me dem, Sadolila. So, who are you featuring in this video?
He's a Senegalese artist. His name is Kabi.
Kabi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So where was this video produced, in the Gambia, or you went to Senegal?
It was produced in the Gambia here, yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're expecting more of this in each and every month.
Better than this, though. Yeah.
Wow.
2021.
So I guess fans will be already eager to wait for what Mike Jagger will be bringing in 2021.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's an already overflowed year. Okay, so before you go, any more thing that you would like your fans to know, or anything that you would like to share with us regarding your projects and what you have been doing?
Yeah, the upcoming album is coming, like Sekosi Kanam is the title. The fans will wait for that, and like I said earlier, they should just expect like next level Mike Jada. 2021 is not going to be easy.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
inshallah.
So just like we're used to, my director just came in to tell me, before we let artists leave, when they come here, you do an a cappella for us.
Yeah,
okay.
I can do a cappella all day though.
All right, okay. We are at your service then.
Yeah. Let's get it on. Y'all know the deal, man. It's your boy, MY Killer Boy, Mike on the mic, Mr. Hip Hop connected, that them connections build houses. Point lines, dig foundation lines, sentiments be mixing soil and cements. Lyrics belaying the bricks, flows made roofings and windows. Metaphors laying tiles for the floors, fixing doors. The hardest rapper you ever came across. I'm on the process to progress and be the best. So you contest, you confess that I'm the best. This swag is so fresh. Be my guest, express, pass your test. Be the first among the rest. Oh yes. In the building, man.
that was something else. So that was so good, Mike Jada, and we are also hopeful that we'll be showcasing all of your videos as you release them each and every month. And the ones I've already seen here are quite good ones. And as you've said, there are some things that are way better than the ones that you've already done.
Inshallah. Yeah.
We're hoping to see them soon. Thank you so much for your time on the AM show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, well, that was hip hop rapper Aliu Job, aka Mike Jada. He was here on the show, and then let's wait for him. It's gonna be a big hit in 2021 as he is ready to unleash or release videos in each and every month of this year. So we are also waiting for that. So that was all we had time for in today's edition of the AM show. I was your presenter, Aissatou Keita. A special thanks to our cameraman in the studio, that is, it was Ben Abubakar Bas and Abdoulaye Dabo. To the technicians, Abdoulaye Njai, Abduba, Auntie Aissatou, and the rest that are there. To our makeup artist, Betty Berry, for the beautiful makeup. And also my tailor, all the way in Banjul, Alaji Job. Not forgetting my director and producer, Seyna Bujain. Thank you so much to our viewers out there. Thank you so much for being with us on the show. Until we come your way again on Monday, do stay tuned to GRTS and do have a blissful weekend.
Level, my neck.
220 Records, baby.
I ain't picking up my line, nigga.
It's J Life.
Unless it's money on the phone. Hustle. I was born poor, but I'ma die rich. Biggest baller in the pit like I'm Ronaldo. I'm a hustler. Every day I'm hustling. I'm a hustler. Every day I'm hustling. I was born poor, but I'ma die rich. Biggest baller in the pit like I'm Ronaldo. I'm a hustler. Every day I'm hustling. Fuck my dick, boy. Every day I'm hustling. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. Guess my win, got bench got the fight, don't know what I've been through. I will be going for number one, ain't never be keeping the two. Go take it in your fair, Talumani, putting a guess my jaffe. Yeah, got detect the grind, boy. I'm moving ahead of the time. Haters be turning to fans. I'm putting the money to bands. Stuck on the cash with clever moves. I ain't here to dance. That got some better be bopper stick over coat. I be sagging the pants. Do my yum to my guy. Do my tear to my boy. Chipped up in body boy. That dog might fly. I don't be feeling the drama. SD be calmer. Why do DJ boy? I gotta get it from my mama. I was born poor, but I'ma die rich. Biggest baller in the pit like I'm Ronaldo. I'm a hustler. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. I was born poor, but I'ma die rich. Biggest baller in the pit like I'm Ronaldo. I'm a hustler. Every day I'm hustling. Man, fuck my dick, boy. Every day I'm hustling. I'm chilling with my niggas in the bendo. When the beat be playing like Nintendo. They hating on the low. Why you never fuck your flow? These niggas still hating on the boy, but they know. Been chilling for a while, time to soon who's the man. I've been holding on my ground. In this game, I'm the king. I hustle every day, trying to make a way. I ain't here to play, boy, can't do my thing. I hustle every day, trying to make a way. No, I ain't here to play, boy, can't do